Buffalo Bills punter, Matt Araiza. Did he do it or did he not do it? In today's episode, that's what we're going to take and tackle today.
Time to tune in, now another sports center, it's a movement.
Investigation is still currently happening right now as we speak. This is a very serious matter. It's Matt Araiza along with two other people who allegedly gang sexually assault a girl. Screenshot for screenshot, I'm going to take and post on the screen as well the Los Angeles Times article along with her diary writings and everything like that. And then we're even going to talk about Matt Araiza's comments as well too. So this is shocking, and if this turns out to be true, this man doesn't need to be sued. He needs to be thrown in jail. Better, man. I'm going to go ahead and get into this. First and foremost, let's jump into Sean McDermott's comments, and this is from the New York Post, and I will share the screenshot on the screen. He takes and says, "I would say there's some new information in the last 24 hours. I'm not going to deny that. And that's why I have more work to do on this," McDermott told reporters after Buffalo's 21-0 preseason loss to the Panthers in Carolina on Friday. "I'm more trying to be solution-oriented right now, and that's where I'm headed. And that's where we need to be headed." So Matt Araiza releases a statement, and it says, "The facts of the incident are not what they are portrayed in the lawsuit or in the press," Araiza said via NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. "I look forward to quickly setting the record straight." That's what Matt Araiza said. Now let's get into the case. So let's get into what's fact, what's fiction. It's still very early on, but man, if he is guilty, again, I don't. This has nothing to do with me being a Miami Dolphins fan. Wrong is wrong. I don't care if it was our starting quarterback. This person needs to take and go. But Los Angeles Times took and put out an article. This came out August 26, 2:05 p.m. Pacific time. So literally just yesterday. So this article is not even 24 hours old. And now what I'm about to read, guys, just to let you know, it does contain some graphic descriptions of sexual violence. If you're sensitive to this, click off the episode. I understand. But I'm going to go ahead and read this and we'll get into it right now, okay? It says, "Diary entries from a young woman at the center of a lawsuit alleging she was gang raped last year by NFL player Matt Araiza and two of his former San Diego State University teammates detail what she says occurred after the trauma she suffered in the aftermath." And this is a direct quote. "All I keep replaying in my mind is being face down in a random bed, just waiting for it to be over," wrote the woman who was a 17-year-old high school senior at the time of the alleged assault. "I was bloody," after she wrote. "Bloody. What the hell did they come and do to me in there?" Continues on. The Pages tweeted publicly Friday by her attorney Daniel Gillian offers details of the emotional toll she had faced after filing a police report and undergoing a rape exam a day after she was allegedly gang raped in October at a party just blocks away from the campus. The diary, which the young woman started after the alleged rape, was previously reviewed by the Times. Araiza's attorney, it's Matt Araiza, the football player we're talking about, Kerry Armstrong, has denied the rape accusation and called the lawsuit a shakedown. He said his investigator talked to witnesses from the party who contradict the claim. Now 18 years old, the woman told the Times on Thursday after her lawsuit had been filed, she hopes that those she has accused of rape will be held accountable. The suit also names Xavier Leonard and Pa'a Iwaliko. They weren't affected by what they did, and they probably felt like it was something that they would never have to face consequences for. That makes me sick, she said. The young woman previously told the Times that she had drifted in and out of consciousness during the alleged assault. The diary states that her memory of the incident was hazy and no suspect was identified in its pages. Defendants named the lawsuit were based off of pretext calls recorded by detectives. She had men whom police had determined were present in the room when the rape occurred. Araiza, the alleged lawsuit confirmed on a late call in October that he and the young woman had sex and recommended she get tested for a sexually transmitted disease. Detectives guided her during the calls, according to a Times review of text exchanges between her and police. I'm about halfway through this article, y'all. I just need to take a break for a sec. Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot. There's text messages involved. There's people who they're placing at the scene of the crime. This is a lot. Continuing on, attorney Jamal Kersey, who is representing Leonard and Friday, that he had no additional comment. Attorney Mark Xavier Carlos, representing Iwalikio, could not be reached Friday. Iwalikio, that's the other teammate who was playing for San Diego State. Email communications reviewed by the Times show that Gillian was in contact with the Bills' general counsel on August 1st and said on August 14th that he was going to proceed with legal action. Araiza, whose powerful and precision kicking in college earned him the moniker Punt God, became a starter earlier this week when the Bills released their veteran punter. Those who don't know, Matt Hack used to play for the Dolphins, also played for the Bills, was released 5 days ago as of today that I'm recording this, August 27th. In a statement on Thursday, the Bills organization recently been made aware of the civil complaint involving Matt from October 2021 and had conducted a thorough examination of this matter. The statement did not elaborate. Gillian on Thursday also tweeted a text exchange between him and Araiza's criminal defense attorney that he shows an attempt was made to settle before the lawsuit was filed and Araiza was named the Bills' starting punter. So what we're seeing here is kind of similar to Deshaun Watson, right? He says he wants to leave Houston Texans, but then, 2-3 days later, boom, these allegations come out. It's crazy. But then with this, he's not even made the starter yet, but the moment he's made starter, then boom, these allegations come out. It's crazy. Let's go ahead. Let's comment below. Let me know your thoughts so far. I just want to hear what everybody has to say. Kerry Armstrong is calling my client's lawsuit a shakedown, but he offered money before the client was a Buffalo Bill and we ignored the offer. Attorney Daniel Gillian tweeted in response to a comment Attorney Armstrong made to the Times about the civil suit. In the exchange for references previous communications with Armstrong and advises him to instruct Araiza to get a civil defense attorney to handle the current crisis. Prior to a suit, according to the early August text, Armstrong responds that his client would likely never be interested in settling. Armstrong then says Araiza's parents had inquired about the monetary amount Gillian's client wanted and warns that if Gillian keeps calling the Bills and he gets cut, there will be no money to get. Let's go ahead and stop here for a second. We're about to wrap up the article here. If you're not guilty, why agree to give any money? Same thing with Deshaun Watson. There has to be, whether Matt Araiza did the act, whether he was present, where he was the lookout guy. Man, this is not looking good at all. Let's continue. Gillian shared the messages hours after his office filed the lawsuit. Armstrong, who was in court Friday morning, told the Times by email that he was stunned Gillian had posted the communications. Texts clearly show that Matt Araiza was not interested in any type of civil settlement with his accuser. Rather, his parents, so not Matt Araiza, but his parents, rather his parents personally reached out to me and asked if I would simply find out how much money the woman is seeking, Armstrong said. No arrests have been made and authorities have not publicly identified any suspects in the criminal investigation. And the last three paragraphs say, San Diego police have handled the case to the district attorney's office, and San Diego State launched a Title IX review in July. More than 9 months after the alleged rape occurred, Title IX is a federal investigation that prohibits discrimination at a federally funded educational institution on the basis of sex. Araiza and Iwalikio are no longer at the school and not required to comply with an investigation. The NFL's personal conduct policy, which prohibits sexual misconduct and outlines procedures for suspected violations, does not apply to incidents that occur before a player is drafted or joins a team. If criminal charges were filed against Araiza, he would then be subject to a league investigation and potentially disciplinary action according to the policy. This is where this gets sticky. Let's finish up here. This was a horrific kind, the kind of which happens all too often, Gillian said in a statement. What makes these crimes different is not only that they were committed by self-entitled athletes, just as awful as the crimes for months, multiple organizations, SDSU, that's San Diego State University, the police department, the San Diego district attorney, and now the Buffalo Bills have acted the part of enablers, looking the other way in denial that my client deserves justice, even if the defendants are prized athletes. So that is the article, folks. I'm going to put the link down below. Let's wait for more evidence, but man, it's from what we know already, it screams guilty. I mean, this screams guilty. I love NFL football. I'm gonna finish with this. I love NFL football. I've interviewed upwards of around 30 NFL athletes and some other CFL guys too, and I love catching the stories. I love the grind, the inspiration. But in that, there's once in a very blue moon somebody who's a predator. And I don't think these guys. I mean, it's such a privilege to even say that, hey, I'm an NFL player. You out there and kids are looking up to you. They find out that you're doing these things, man. This is not okay, man. So I understand that this is a civil suit, but to me, there's nothing civil about this, man. Throw the book at the guy, get him out of there, man. So then you comment below, let me know your thoughts. Obviously, it's a very sticky situation. I'm gonna continue to take and follow it as well too. Make sure you subscribe. I'll make sure when more evidence and more statements and stuff comes out, I'll go ahead and continue to post more content. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.
Time to tune in. Now another sports center. It's a movement.